Hello my beautiful Cancerians, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is my monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and of course it's for you my precious Cancer for December 2018. So it's for you my gorgeous Cancer for December 2018. It is 11, that is your number this month. When it comes to the numerology, when it comes to the actual number of 11, this is a really good sign indeed, because it means that you are certainly, most certainly reaching the certain point in your life when you are going to be facing a really important decision. You're going to need to make a really important decision by the end of this month, which is going to affect you, it's going to affect people around you, it's going to affect people in your life, your family members, people who know you, but most importantly yourself. But this is going to be really good, because this decision that you are going to make is going to be a direct result of your past efforts that you've already made, and it's also the direct result of your hard work and of your certain intentions that you had, certain patience that you needed to have. Emotionally, you have been going through a lot, but it's not only emotionally, but also like when it comes to work and the professional side, career, finances and things like that. There were certain challenges that you were facing throughout 2018. Now, this is all going to be literally a mixture of everything. So the bottom line here is that there is going to be a huge decision that you are going to make by the end of December, and that decision is going to be really huge for you, because it's going to have probably one of the most impacts on your life. With whatever was going on in the last few years, this is going to be a huge impact in compared to everything else, literally. So this is what number 11 means, but it also means that you are going to make the right decision. This is a very spiritual decision. This is a very powerful decision. This is something that is not like really tiny or something like that. This is something that is going to have a direct impact on your life, and this is going to be absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. This is going to bring the whole new choice, okay? And number 11, just in spirituality, in spiritual terms, it means a lot, because the whole new door is about to be open for you, and I think that's absolutely brilliant. When it comes to health, you see, you are going to be a little bit tired, a little bit lethargic throughout December 2018. You're going to find yourself in a situation where you're going to be like, oh God, no. Like, oh God, I feel so drained, I feel so tired. But you know what? Just ignore it. Just ignore these feelings, ignore these emotions and things like that. You know, when you feel really tired or drained, just try to ignore it, because you're really good, Cancerians. You're absolutely brilliant. If you need to do something, if you have a certain task or something like that, you just really go for it, and you're just, it doesn't matter if you're tired or not, you're still going to do it just as well. But it's just when it comes to the productivity and feeling like that in general, that this is going to be something that you're going to be quite affected by. Okay, so when it comes to health, just please. So this tiredness that you're going to feel, everything else, it seems quite fine, because on another hand, you know, when it comes to the actual healing of a long ailments that you didn't notice that you're maybe fighting with, or maybe that you're trying to heal certain elements of your health, you know, there is going to be a healing effect that you are going to have this month, especially when it comes to long ailments, okay? You will be able to notice this and feel it, and it's going to be quite nice. But when it comes to the actual energy levels, you see, I would highly suggest to try to do juicing. Try to juice things, you know, oranges, lemons, you know, like try to juice as many things as you can, you know, in the morning, like all fruit and vegetables as much as you can, really, because it's absolutely brilliant when it comes to the actual energy levels, and it does help really a lot to have like to do the actual juicing and to start your day the first thing in the morning, and have like a nice and large glass of like a freshly squeezed juices that you buy fruit and vegetables by yourself, preferably organic, because it would be much better for you without chemicals and things like that. But this is something I highly recommend, because it's going to do really well, and it's going to go really well with the actual energy of December that you are going to have. Now, my sweet babies, now the first date that I need you to pay attention to, it's actually going to be the 7th of December. Now, the 7th of December, it's going to be a quiet, unusual day. It's going to be one of those like a strange days, like when you feel like a little bit of like a part of the different dimension, you know. And basically, this is going to be an unusual day, and there are going to be like about 3 things that are going to be on your mind mind, 3 things that you're going to be thinking about, and 3 things that you're going to be focusing on. And these 3 things are not as big, these 3 things are not as huge, but this is just part of the really big picture. It is basically, it is going to be the feeling that you're going to have, and that this is going to trick you a little bit, because it's going to make you feel like on that particular day, like you haven't achieved certain achievement in your life or in your progress. You will be kind of, oh no, I'm not too sure about my progress, I'm not too sure about where my life is heading and things like that. It is going to be like a little bit confusing time, but that in itself is going to be really good, because it is going to kind of make you to think about certain stages and certain areas of your life that you normally wouldn't think about, and this in itself is going to shine the new light on it, and it's actually going to have a really good effect on you, because it's just going to be like a very progress. You're going to have a progress by the end of the 7th of December. The bottom line is that you are going to actually feel like you are having a progress, and it's not only that, it's just the things are literally going to start turning around for you in the best possible of ways after this moment, after this point. So in the morning you're going to be like, oh no, I'm not too sure, but by the time the evening comes, by the time you go to bed, you will already be the part of the completely different dimension where everything is going to start making sense. But especially 3 things in particular are going to be very significant here indeed. Okay, so when we're in situations like this, then when we are part of the different dimension, when we feel like we are part of the different dimensions, sometimes our energy becomes a little bit more sensitive. So I would highly suggest to get something like a look at this baby, Labradorite. Sorry, Labradorite. Okay, so Labradorite is absolutely brilliant, and it's a very not only beautiful and very pretty crystal. This comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link is in the description below if you would like to buy this. But what this gorgeous Labradorite does, it has got the ability to ground you, to make you even more spiritual. But on another hand, what Labradorite does, it also helps you to like kind of keep your energy in. It prevents the leakage of energy, and leakage of our personal energy when it comes to our aura can happen. It depends on the circumstances around us, and it depends on the people around us. But when we are part of the different dimension, then our energy and our aura becomes slightly more sensitive than it normally is. And that's why I highly recommend to get like something like a Labradorite to actually wear it throughout December, and even in January. It is going to be rather significant for you. So it's a Labradorite, and I highly suggest this. Now the second date, my beautiful babies, it's actually going to be on the 12th. Sorry, the second date is going to be on the 15th of December. Now the 15th of December, it's like ooh la la. Now we are getting to the moment, to the point where we are getting to the mid part of December. That mid part of December is going to be very important for you, and this is when your fun really starts. This is when your fun really starts, because this is when you're going to come across the certain situation in your life where you're going to kind of, which is going to be completely new, brand new to you, and it's also going to make you think about certain aspects and about certain elements, certain stages of your life in a completely different way. This in itself is going to be your own turning point indeed. The 15th of December, it's going to be your day when it's very much so going to be connected to your destiny and to your fortune indeed. And this is going to make you to kind of see your life in a slightly different way, from a slightly different angle, and that is just going to become your turning point, because you're going to react in a certain way. And also this is going to be absolutely brilliant, because you're just going to get motivated after this moment, motivated after this point, and there is somebody else going to come into it as well, somebody who's going to motivate you even more, somebody who you would look at, or somebody who you know, and somebody who you'd like to be like, or maybe as successful like. But this is all going to come at the right time, because that person is going to come in and it's just going to kind of motivate you even more. So this is going to be a great turning point for you, because something really wonderful is going to be revealed to you after this moment, after this point. So the 15th of September, gosh, 15th of December, I'm going to say all the possible dates by the end of this reading. So the 15th of December is just going to be very significant, because this is going to be your own personal accomplishment. This is going to feel really good for you, really big for you, because it's like a really big personal accomplishment, and it's something that you're going to feel very passionate about, for example. Okay, now the third important date is going to be on the 26th of December. Now the 26th of December is like Oh yeah, baby. 26th of December is going to mean to you quite a lot, because there's going to be a really good realization. Good realization. It's not just like, oh yeah, I just realized this, great. No, good news. You are going to have a good news on the 26th of December. And this good news is just going to be like a triumph to you. Something really good, something really powerful, something really magical, because it's so much to do with you, with your achievement, with what you have done, with what you know you're good at. And now you are getting this news, you're getting this realization that, you know, this is your life. It's about to go in a different stage. Your life is about to go in a slightly advancement stage, and it's an advancement, and it's also something that you really wanted, and this is all part of your desires. Okay, this is all part of your desires, and it's also the results of your efforts are going to be realized. And this is absolutely brilliant, because there is a certain abilities that you are also going to recognize and realize about yourself after this moment, after this point. This is really good, because this is also connected to some kind of absence, somebody who was absent, or some kind of sorrow and absent. This was also connected to, which means that you were kind of focusing on this. You really wanted this to happen. You really wanted your life to develop in this way, and it means that sometimes, you know, it threw you out of balance a little bit. But the bottom line here is on the 26th of December is that this is going to bring you the whole new hope in, and I'm so happy for you, because this is very deep, this is very personal, this is very spiritual, and this is going to bring you balance in so many different ways. So you're going to have a basically and the whole new hope that is going to come through, the whole new faith is going to come through, the whole new inspiration is going to come through, and also this is going to bring you the whole brand new prospects, and brand new prospects are going to be really, really good, because this is going to be something that is just going to be very much so connected to what you're doing now, and what you always wanted to do, what you always were like really good at. So this is just going to be a really, really turning point for you, a really good day for you indeed. I would highly suggest to get something like a Moldavite, beautiful Moldavite, every single time when we are going through the certain changes when it comes to our career, when it comes to our finances, but especially when we are progressing, when we're going on the next stage, when we are going on the next level. You see, it's great to have a Moldavite, you know, to wear Moldavite for December and throughout December and throughout January. It's going to be very good also to wear Moldavite as well, because it's going to help you to attract like a financial situation. It's going to help you with the finances in general, and it's also going to help you to like kind of feel balanced and be balanced and make the best possible decisions when it actually comes to you choosing things and you doing new things when it comes to your career, finances and success. So something that I highly recommend, it would be Moldavite, and this comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link is in the description below. So I highly recommend this. Okay, so now okay, so now going on the first part of December 2018. Now the first part of December, the very first couple of days are going to feel a little bit misty, a little bit strange, a little bit different, which means that you are going to be all around the place when it comes to your mind, when it comes to things in your life. You are going to be affected by certain things that are going to be going on around in your life that is just going to kind of throw you out of balance a little bit. So therefore you're just going to feel like a little bit like a chaotic time, or like a little bit confusing time. And also you're gonna find yourself in a situation where you're gonna need to deal with a certain burden in your life, and something that you weren't maybe prepared for, and something that which happened because of the certain communication breakdown. And this in itself is actually going to be really good, however you feel about it, because this in itself is going to have a really brilliant impact on you, and it's going to bring you the new balance. And that balance that you're going to get is just going to be very significant when it comes to your own personal self-esteem, your stamina, your power and things like that. And it is going to require you kind of to listen to your own intuition, to step aside a little bit, to take some time out, even if it's an hour, 2 hours maybe. There is going to be the connection with you and the spiritual, with your own spirituality, with your own subconscious mind, where you're going to gain some really important information about your life and about this particular situation in your life and what to do next. And then that in itself is going to be really good for you, because it's going to bring you the whole new motivation. Okay, you will realize also by the time when we are in the mid-December 2018, you're going to realize, you're going to come across a situation and you're going to realize that through compassion your wish is going to come through. Through compassion your wish is going to happen. Through compassion your wish is going to manifest, and this is going to happen. And then after that moment you will be able to kind of focus yourself and think about the future planning. And what is going on in mid-December 2018 is just going to be very significant and very fertile time when it comes to planting those seeds, you remember. So the actual August 2019, it's going to have a very strong connection with what is going on in your life right now in December, mid-December 2018. So the actual August 2019, it's going to have the direct result of what is going on now when I'm talking about the future planning and things like that. You will come across the very important situation, but the only person that can actually find the answer to what to do, you will wonder what to do. Just remember, it is going to be a very deep situation, very personal situation, and you're going to need to remember to just listen to your own intuition. And this is going to be mid-December 2018, and the results from your intuition, it's going to bring you the fact that it's going to be moderation. It's going to play a really important part indeed. And that in itself, it's going to make you feel like a really happy, and it's going to make you feel like really free. It's going to make you feel really positive, and that in itself is going to bring you all this new energy in that is just going to make you contemplate. There is a contemplation that you're going to have, and that contemplation is going to be really good, and that contemplation is going to be positive because, however, it's going to have a really positive impact on your financial situation, and it's to do with the apprenticeships, and it's to do with like making more money and doing more things and making more money and things like that. By the time we get to the last part of December, it's like, oh my God, there is a control that somebody's going to try to control it. This is a little bit like a negative situation. It's connected to somebody who's above you, somebody who's like your authority. If you're working, obviously it's going to be somebody who's your boss, manager, something like that. And if you're like a retired, then it's still going to be an authoritative person, somebody who is like some kind of authoritative person to you. If you're not working, it's an authoritative person that is just going to play an important role, and it's going to make you feel a little bit negative. And also this is going to be a really big challenge. So I just need to kind of remind you that if somebody's trying to challenge you, if somebody's trying to challenge your temperament and things like that, if somebody's trying to wind you up at the end of December, just keep on the ground, you know, rise above it, ignore it, do not kind of bite these things on, you know, just kind of rise above it. That's the best thing to do, because you are going to be the part of like a little mini conflict or like a mini battle with that person. Somebody's going to try to kind of like upset you, or somebody's going to try to kind of maybe do things in a slight negative way, and there's like a little mini battle that you may have. But I'm just want to warn you about this, so you will be prepared for this. So now when you're prepared, you can just kind of try to step above it, try to rise above it. The bottom line is, once it happens, then you just kind of like do everything you can just to make it gentle, everything you can just to not to make it like even worse. And this is going to resolve in you maybe just being thrown out of the balance a little bit, but in a good way, because there's on one hand you're going to feel very like you want to abandon certain part of your life, and you're going to wonder whether you should change this abandon. And the answer is going to be absolutely, most certainly yes, my babies, it's time to move on. And then the new passion is going to be born, and you're going to wonder, yes or no, yes or no. Well, the answer is yes, and the most certainly this is going to go towards your own personal success indeed. And that personal success that this is going to go towards, it's also going to make you realize that there is a certain illusion that you were like kind of focusing on, which was the part of your life, and that also will need to go. But that certain illusion, it's a lot to do with your childhood, what you were doing in your childhood, and it's also something that could brought you like a reflection on into what is going on in your life now. So, but however, by the time we get to the end of December, it's absolutely brilliant, because you will be facing a new beginning. A new beginning is brilliant because now, before you wouldn't go for it because you wouldn't maybe be familiar with a certain aspects of this, but now it is just all this power of the December that is just going to bring a little bit of your destiny, a little bit of your fortune, everything a little bit in you, making certain decisions. So by the time this happens at the end of December 2018, you will be going to have the whole new beginning, but you're going to have so many elements of a brand new when it comes to this, but now you're going to feel really ecstatic about it. However, this is brilliant, okay? Now, let me just check what, oh God, okay, my cards are like so far. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle these cards, my gorgeous Cancerians, and I'm going to concentrate on those of you that are in relationship first, like how December is going to be for those of, for those of you that are in relationship, okay? How is December going to be for those of you that are in relationship? Okay, ooh, all right, okay. Okay, this is really good. Okay, so for those of you that are in relationships, this is going to be a fantastic, bombastic month indeed, because you will have a really important conversation. You will have a really important conversation indeed about something very special, something very particular, something very specific about your life. And you will be making some kind of indecision. You will be both indecisive. This is a very important time of your life, because you can only do this and you can only make this decision if you really love someone, if you really understand each other and you want to spend the rest of your life with them. So this is that situation reminds me of that. So there's going to be an indecisive situation that you're going to have, and it's going to be absolutely brilliant. The outcome is going to be mind-blowing, because you're both going to realize that this is going to have a major impact on your life and in your family life if you have a family, but also you're going to realize that you've got more resources to actually go for it, to go on to the next stage, next level of your life than you actually thought. So the outcome is going to be really, really good indeed. So this is a very good month for those of you that are in relationships. Now I'm going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to concentrate on those of you who are single, and this is for December 2018. Okay, ooh. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, now you're growing. This is a very important stage. This is not about whether you're going to meet someone or not, but this is a very important stage for those of you that are single. So far, there are certain energies around your sign. So far, there are certain things that happen in your life when it comes to you Cancerians and when it comes to those of you that are single. So karmically, you had to go through the certain stages. Karmically, you had to go to the certain areas in your life. And these areas were ever so changing, and this was just part of your spiritual journey. So lots of you were single, or lots of you couldn't find somebody a real match to actually come down with. Gosh, settle down with. Okay, so you couldn't maybe find the right person to settle down with because of this lack of balance that was caused by certain energies in your sign. Now this is a really wonderful time, because I'm not saying that you're going to meet somebody like really significant this month. But what is going to happen? You are going to be socializing a lot. You are going to be meeting a lot of people. But there is something going to happen like boom, boom, boom this month. And this is going to be so important. And this is going to be huge realization, massive realization, really powerful realization about yourself, about who you like, about who you fancy. But most importantly, you are going to start feeling ready. That's the bottom line. You see this card here. You're going to start feeling ready, because the change is coming, and this wonderful balance of energy has just made all this happen. So the bottom line is, for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, most certainly you are going to be ready to mingle this month, but you're going to feel this, and this is exactly what you wanted, because this feeling, this emotion, this energy is at the same time going to give you so much power to actually enjoy your life and find certain things really interesting interesting and motivating rather than you know, negative and things like that. So this is going to be a brilliant time, because those of you that are single, you are going to not only start feeling ready for this, but that in itself is just going to open up so many doors for you, and so many new choices are going to start walking into your life. This is going to be really good also, because it's going to make you feel really, really good about yourself. It's time to have some fun, time to go out, enjoy yourself, and have some fun, Cancerians, because it's going to be absolutely brilliant. But by the time you get to the end of December 2018, you will see exactly what I meant. Okay, thank you ever so much for watching my videos, my beautiful, beautiful Cancerians. I love you to bits. And of course, I'm sending you the brightest blessings, love and light. Okay, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.